And see, funny, I did a video a couple
All
like
right,
three
man,
days
I'm
ago with
live. Okay,
Kyrie.
we good to go. We good to go. Oh yeah, I'm clear. All right, bet. Let's get into it, man. Episode 154, man. Salute to the NBA community. Welcome back to the Best of Seven Sports Talk, man. I am your host, as always. Y'all know the vibes. The Kid Seven Mitchell in the building. Appreciate all you basketball junkies out there, man. We got a couple things to talk about on tonight's show. So appreciate you guys pulling up, man. I got a special guest. First of all, I gotta give a round of applause to my special guest tonight, man. First of all,
Thank you, man. Thank you.
he must have been the oracle of tonight's topic of discussion, man. I'm talking about one half of the Sports to the Wire podcast team. My guy Rasheed White is in the building. Rasheed, what's popping, family?
What's good? What's good? Thank you for actually having me tonight, man. You know, it's an honor. Definitely, it's a special honor to come on here, man.
It was only right that if I was going to go outside the box and talk about the Brooklyn Nets in a positive manner, I had to bring up the one who has been telling me that this was going to happen from day one. From the
Yeah,
beginning of the season, you have projected that this thing was somehow going to turn around, even after Steve Nash got fired.
yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah,
and
yeah.
right now, your guys are in sole possession of second place. Unbelievable. Ty TV is in the building. What's good, my G? You already know the vibes, man. Appreciate you coming through. Smash that like button, man. Pull up a chair. Kick back, man. We got a dope show for the night. If you can see, man, behind my man Rasheed, you see Kyrie, the Brooklyn Nets. They doing their numbers, man. What's your thoughts, Rasheed? Because you told us so. So I need you to get your
Yeah,
shit off.
I don't want to brag. First of all, I actually want to thank the Brooklyn Nets personally for just making me look good, and especially Ben Simmons, because there was so much hate on Ben Simmons, and I try to tell people, I said, listen, I played basketball, I missed time, you know, like a year or 2 years, 3 years off. It's just you're not going to just get back into it like that. It takes time. And I said it with perfect accuracy. How many games is going to take for him to get back? And I'm just thank the Brooklyn Nets for just gelling and Kyrie was just for making me look good here, man. You know, and not making me look bad. It's because people would say, "Yo, Rasheed, you don't know what you're talking about." See, ha 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 ha. And nobody believed me, but I just want to thank the Brooklyn Nets for making me look good, man.
You mentioned the name earlier today. We spoke off air. You had mentioned a name that I was surprised that you had kind of gave credit and flowers to. Maybe I shouldn't have been surprised, but you had mentioned the name of Sean Marks.
Oh yeah.
Um, who do you feel like get the biggest credit when you look at this turnaround since Jock Vaughn started coaching the Brooklyn Nets? Who do you give the
Ooh.
most credit to?
I gotta give it to Sean Marks because I made a video saying it was about 5 or 6 months ago that he needs to be fired. One, how he actually handled the whole Kyrie Irving situation with the whole vaccinated nonsense. Um, I wanted Joe Tsai to actually sell the team back in June. April, May, June, I wanted him to sell the team. I didn't like the way the roster was actually really constructed. So, yeah, I got to give Sean Marks a lot of credit. I mean, Kevin Durant wanted him fired, and he put a really, really good roster together, and a lot of it is actually health. Jacques Vaughn is another one. He's the type of guy. Yeah, I mean, you could tell he's a really, really good dude. I mean, I have a guy like that on my job. You're just like, if he wants you to do some extra overtime, and if I had a flight going out, in a couple of hours, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to just really catch the next flight, man. He's just really, really a great guy, man. I just love the adjustments that he's actually making. He's getting people to buy in. Like, Cam Thomas, he wants a bigger role. He thinks he's that dude, and he's not complaining as far as I know. he's not actually complaining and whining and crying and becoming disruption. And so I mean, Jacques Vaughn is just getting these guys buy into their roles specifically, not trying to have guys do more than what they're capable of actually doing. So I mean, yeah, Jacques Vaughn, you gotta give it up to him. He simplified the playbook, simplified practice, from what I'm actually hearing. And Sean Marks, man, he came through. He came through by putting his roster together. TJ
You know,
Warren and
the biggest thing that surprises me, Coach Vaughn attributed this run to just playing basketball.
yeah,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? As far as the success that the Brooklyn Nets have had within these last 10, 11 games. And it's just such a surprise because of the roller coaster that this team had experienced from the off season up until now. Like every element you could think of, Brooklyn had to go through it within those first couple of months. It was crazy. And now,
Yeah, I don't, and I agree with Kevin Durant. I don't think it was really a lot of the outside noise from the media, um, just stirring up a lot of nonsense just to get clicks, and I think it was just a matter of getting guys healthy, like Ben Simmons, Edmund Summer, and TJ Warren missed a lot of time. I mean, TJ Warren missed 2 years. Edmund Summer missed a whole year. Ben Simmons missed a whole year and a half. It's just getting guys actually healthy.
right.
And then, yeah, getting guys to actually really kind of buy into their roles, man. Nicholas Claxton not trying to do too much, just doing exactly what he's supposed to do. I did a video of him to Jacques Vaughn, and just just as a joke to unleash that college Nick Claxton, where he was putting the ball on the floor, shooting, but he's everybody's just doing their thing, man. They got 3 7-footers, man, like in terms of Ben Simmons, KD, and
Claxton.
Nicholas Claxton. That just makes it really, really. They all 3 of them could switch on to guards, and they could block shots. They can get onto the 3-point line and scramble and chase guys off the 3-point line. And I mean, this is I call it the 3-headed dragon right there in terms of their 3 7-footers. It was just like really kind of hard to score on.
You brought up the media earlier.
Oh
One
yeah.
thing that I am a little bit disappointed in, but I'm not surprised, is the media does not have the same energy for Kyrie Irving's name during this run like they had just a couple weeks ago. They were throwing Kyrie Irving's name in the dirt. You see the Nets playing their best basketball of the season, and I don't hear Skip, Barkley, Shaq. I don't hear none of these guys talking about
Nope.
Kyrie Irving of late, bro.
No, that's the thing, man. It's just when it comes to negativity, yeah, they don't. I mean, he's been playing excellent basketball. I just did a video, 2 videos, the last 2 videos on him, and a lot of people don't think he's a all-star this year. I'm like, well, listen, yes, he is an all-star, man. I mean, he's been really kind of carrying this team pretty much. And you see he should be number 1 in fourth quarter points now, I
Right.
believe. Points in the fourth quarter. He's been passing, he's been playing defense. I mean, just doing everything. The road game on Atlanta, man, they needed him. He just came, he closed in Toronto, and that Atlanta game, the last Atlanta game. I mean, he was just a real. I try to tell people about Kyrie Irving, man. Just one of the best, like a really high percentage one-on-one player. And if you're an opposing coach, you actually have to game plan for him. If not, he's gonna burn you, man, for like 35, 40 something points.
But here's the thing about Kyrie, because I feel like Joe Tsai, the owner of the Brooklyn Nets, really turned his back on the superstars.
Oh yeah.
And I'm surprised Kyrie really bought into this program after everything that he went through. More than anybody else, Kyrie really was the villain this season when it comes to the Nets. But he has matured, at least, or faking it enough that he's really bought in. And these guys have
Well, he has
won
to be a
10 in a row.
professional. I mean, he's there for like he said personally, he's there for Kevin Durant, not there for the owner. I don't think, and that's true. Kate, what's his name? Television. He should be in conversations for the MVP. Definitely concur with that, man. Absolutely.
You think
you know.
Kyrie
But
should be an MVP conversation?
oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, man, definitely. I mean, like he's been closing out on the road, man. You seen the clutch game in Toronto, absolutely, man, definitely, definitely. I'm
I'm
not saying
sorry.
he's gonna win it. Yeah, I'm not saying he could win the MVP, but he should be in the conversation.
You smoke crack, don't you? You
I
smoke
don't know,
crack, don't you?
Tati. Somebody need to be drug tested. I can't go for Kyrie being in the MVP conversation, especially over Kevin Durant. To me, this is
No,
KD's
no, no.
revenge.
I'm not saying he. I want him to win the MVP. I want him in that conversation. You know, I'm not saying Kyrie should win it, but I want him in the conversation.
I got you. This is the best of seven sports talk, man. Seven Mitchell in the building, episode 154. Got my special guest, Rasheed White of the Sports to the Wire podcast, man. We talking about the Brooklyn Nets, man, and them just really taking over the National Basketball Association. Let's kind of lock in when it comes to KD, uh, Kevin Durant as of late, man. He has definitely been just I mean, I don't know what to say. He's averaging just under 30 points a game, just under 7 rebounds, 5 boards, just under 2 blocks. Like he's doing it on both ends of the court, and he's shooting 56% from the field. That to me is definitely MVP discussion, especially when they winning games. How impressed are you with Kevin Durant,
Oh man,
Rasheed?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. We know KD can do this, especially when you have a squad around him. Ben Simmons, you see he can actually push the pace and he can break down a defense in 3-4 dribbles. You have to collapse on him, and then look who's wide open. KD, man, just one of the most complete players that we actually have in the NBA, man. Just off the ball, you can use him as a decoy, as a spot up shooter. And what I love about him, what I see this year compared to last year in the playoffs, man, he's not allowing the defense to get set, man. You start closing out on him, he's starting to move and put the ball on the floor. He's not holding it as much, so he's just making quicker decisions. With his decision making. I mean, a lot of different things I see, man. Defensively, he's committing to that end. Yeah, but the main thing I see from Kevin Durant this year versus last year is just like the quicker decision making, and I did a Michael Jordan video in terms of the GOAT, and you see MJ. I'm not saying KD's MJ, but you try to get your defense, like MJ would never allow you for the most part to get your defense set.
Set,
As
right,
soon as you
right.
start, yeah, as soon as you start running towards him, he's already moving. You try to fake this way, he's going the other way. And I just see KD actually doing that, man. He's just not allowing. Kyrie's doing that more too. He's not actually, over dribbling. You try to scramble at him. He puts the ball on the floor,
Right.
and yeah, they're gonna be really hard to stop, man. I just think they're gonna win a championship this year, definitely, man.
Under Steve Nash, the Brooklyn Nets were 1-5 this season, I believe. Under Coach Vaughn, they are 21-7. It's amazing to see how it's a turnaround with the same roster for the most part. And Ben Simmons, even though he's not making a bunch of mistakes, he's not putting up any. He's just doing his job, and it
They don't
seems
need
to
him to
just
score
be
right
working.
now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm telling you, if he wants to go out there and score 20 points a game, man, I mean, my gosh, man. Because they can't. I was just like I said in the Atlanta game, the first 3 or 4 minutes, he was really pushing it, man, really looking to score. And there was 3 guys collapsed onto him, and he was still getting to the rim. And I'm like, damn, you got Joe Harris out there, Seth Curry, Kai, Durant, Watanabe. I mean, all these guys can shoot threes. So if Ben Simmons just decides to go out there and starts to score 16, 20 points a game, man, the league is in trouble because he's a matchup nightmare, man. I mean, most of the point guards are like 6'3", 6'4". You're talking about a 7-foot point guard, man.
Is Kevin Durant not the best player in the league, right? Like, where are you ranking
Yeah,
Kevin
yeah,
Durant?
absolutely. Absolutely. He's the best player in the NBA right now. In terms of skills, I mean, no weaknesses to his game whatsoever. Yeah, no weaknesses.
So you're not buying into this whole Giannis is the best player in the world.
Nah. So dominant player, one of the most dominant players that we actually have in the NBA. But no, because LeBron. I mean, Giannis is he's passing. It's still kind of shaky. Not a great 3-point shooter. If you put a wall around Giannis, he can't get the pull up jump shot like KD can. No, I don't think so, man. Giannis he's more dominant, I would say, but in terms of like skill, nah, no way.
Kevin Durant is not better than LeBron, Rasheed. Why do we keep doing this, man?
Who's that? What? Come on, man. Come on.
LeBron James is the best player in the world.
He's not a better 3-point shooter. You're gonna say player, right? You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at skills, all right? So he's not a better 3-point shooter than KD, not a better free throw shooter than KD, ball handling KD, mid-range game is actually better than LeBron. I would say defensively right now, the way KD's actually playing defense is actually better than LeBron. LeBron is just not playing no D. It's not his fault. I mean, look at the roster that he actually has around him. You can't ask the man. Yes, he right says Giannis is a hell no. All right, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, you can't ask LeBron to carry the team and then go play high level defense. It's too much, especially at his age. So
I mean, that's fine, but I'm putting all that into consideration, his age, the longevity. At right now, being in season in year 20, 30, 37 years of age, 30 something. Like, I know I'm being biased, but to me, until he retire, LeBron is the man. But
you could listen. You can use KD so much more, man. You can use him off the ball. LeBron is not great off the ball. I respect LeBron. I mean, I made a lot of videos defending LeBron.
So you're telling me, Rasheed, because we go by the eye test. We've been watching the game since the 80s and the 90s. Like, we go by the eye test. You're telling me that you rather have Kevin Durant on your team than LeBron James if you got your pick?
Listen, all right. When they won the championship, they kept asking LeBron James about the loss against Golden State. All he kept saying was Kevin Durant. He wouldn't answer any other question. He just wouldn't say anything. Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant. Yeah, man, he's lethal, man. He's just lethal.
He's a problem. He's a problem. He's definitely a problem, man. What team in the Eastern Conference, man, before we get off of the Brooklyn Nets, what team scares you the most in the East?
I think the team that really gave them a fit was Atlanta so far. There's a couple of them. I'm not scared of Cleveland, but that Bogdanovich kid. I mean, man, he's been killing us, man. I mean, he's tough, man. He is really, really tough. And then you got Trae Young, and then DeJounte Murray, and then John Collins. They could put on an offensive clinic. Boston could scare me, but all they got to do is just put Kevin Durant at the 5 to neutralize Robert Williams. That will actually take him out of the game. Yeah, listen to what your boy TYTV say.
TYTV said, I would rather have KD right now. LeBron's impact is taking a hit. He can still drop bunnies on everyone, but he can't grasp games and change them like he used to. I mean, but see, to me, when y'all do that, y'all talk so incomplete because y'all talk like LeBron got shooters around him. He has no one. And his Robin, the second best player, cannot stay on the court. So it's just like
forget about the teams. Just as a player, you got LeBron James and Kevin Durant. You want to start a team. Who are you taking? Who gives you so much more?
LeBron does to me, bro. I think LeBron's basketball IQ is definitely higher than Kevin Durant's. I need that.
I would say they're on the same level, man. The same wavelength. You listen
What?
to
Hold on. Wait a minute.
no,
Whoa,
listen
whoa,
to a
whoa, whoa,
KD
whoa.
press conference, man. I mean, he could pick a game apart, man. I watch almost every post game conference after him after the game. And KD, since his basketball IQ was off the charts, he could pick a game apart, man, really, really well, man. He does.
Let me tell you something, Rasheed White. I'm not going to allow you to sit here and do that tonight, man. Kevin Durant is a baller. He definitely has a high basketball IQ. No one in the NBA
Wait a minute.
basketball IQ.
Whoa. I'm not
Is
going to let you get away with that, man. He picked
who?
Russell Westbrook. He took Russell Westbrook over Buddy Hield, man, and DeMar DeRozan. You know,
Oh,
listen.
God.
Hold on.
Kevin
And
Durant left
he
Golden
won an Anthony
State.
Davis. He
Kevin
won an
Durant
Anthony
left Golden
Davis.
State. How bright was that move?
What's that?
Kevin Durant left Golden State. How bright was that move?
Yeah, I mean, I made videos about that. I mean, do you want something easy or do you want a challenge? You know,
I want to win.
no,
I
I get
want
that,
to
but
win.
you want to feel something about it, man. If you
Oh
go
my
to something that's
God.
already ready made and you didn't build it, you know, you're gonna feel empty. But when you go to some place and you build it from the ground up, I mean, it's a better feeling inside, man. I was dissing Colin Cowherd over that because he kept, getting on Kevin Durant for leaving the Golden State Warriors. I said, yeah, you want to go to Fox Sports where they got everything all set up for you. You don't want to do this. Let me see you go build your own thing up from YouTube and learn how to edit and do all this
It's
stuff
not
over
happening.
here. You
It's
don't want
not
to do that,
happening.
man. You
It's
want it
not
easy.
happening.
So with Kevin Durant, what's a challenge? So what? He wants a
But if
challenge.
Kevin Durant can't get it done in Brooklyn, I mean, what are we saying in hindsight? We're gonna be like, yo, he could have stayed there because basically Draymond ran him out.
Nah, I don't even think it was. He said he was leaving regardless. I just think he wants a challenge, man. He wants to build his own thing.
Well, he
It's
got
Steph
one.
Curry's team. He
He
kind of
got
wants
one.
to. Yeah, I actually I support KD on that move, man. Look at this, man. Get up,
BA in the building. Get your bars
yeah,
up, man. That's my brother, man. Salute to
bars
BA,
up.
man. Make sure y'all check out my brother BA. Get your
10
bars up
straight
media.
wins.
Yeah. Brooklyn is doing their numbers, man.
Yeah,
No
man.
doubt about that.
Absolutely. I forgot who they play Saturday. They should actually get that game too. Yeah, we'll see. They almost lost that Atlanta game, man. I mean, Atlanta's tough, man. Atlanta's going to be a problem once they get, I don't know. There's a whole thing with Trae Young and the rest of the team and how the rest of the team don't like Trae Young. They think he's too arrogant, cocky, and they kind of respect DeJounte Murray more. But I mean, if they can get their chemistry figured out, man, Atlanta's going to be it's going to be tough. They really are.
I see that thing blowing up, Rasheed.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie. I was wondering about Trae Young earlier today because I'm like, first of all, the comparisons to him and Luka, it's just looking bad for him. That's number one. Then number two, the friction he has within the coach. He's gonna win that bet, but those guys are not really. Atlanta will be a Cinderella team. They don't even really have the respect on their name, and Trae Young, even though he is respected, it's just like it's a lot going on, I think, in that locker room. And
Well, that's
I
what I
don't
said. If they get it together, yeah, if they can get the chemistry together, yeah. Atlanta can be really, really scary because
I don't think I think he's too young, and I think he's gonna want to leave. I think he's gonna make an immature move and bounce.
Well, I mean, that's why they got that extra $35 million to throw at him to kind of make him change his mind, man.
Is Nate McMillan out the door after this season?
I don't know. That's tough. That's really hard to actually say. It actually really kind of depends on the playoffs and how much of a run they can actually make, whether they need to add a piece, or whether it's, what kind of adjustments. We got to see in the playoffs and then judge them there. And that's where the real season, the playoffs is different. But we got to see, I mean, what kind of adjustments does he make? You saw Steve Nash, he didn't make any adjustments. That's what a lot of people were actually complaining about. But I mean, I'm just saying, if you look at how the roster was constructed, yeah, it's true. Trae still has to grow somewhat,
But what about? Do you feel like Trae is a little bit responsible for maybe speaking out on behalf of of Coach McMillan, kind of letting the public know that this is not going to be an issue, or if it is, it is. Like,
Well,
what
you
do you
got to
think
build
of
chemistry, man. Of course, I think he said he didn't want that stuff to get out, man. Somebody did a
leaked it out?
yeah, leaked it out. He didn't want that. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah.
Let's talk about my Lakers, man. Let's take
Oh,
this thing. Let's take this thing to the Western Conference, the Western side of things, man. Where do I begin? Where do I begin?
it's a lot, man. You know, so hopefully you wrote notes.
We're gonna make this brief though, because see, this one I could be all night. So we're gonna make this one brief, man. First of all, Anthony Davis. You know, I'm hearing everybody making videos about trade Anthony Davis. I like to talk reality. You know, realistically, I just don't see that happening this season. This year, can you see Rasheed, the Lakers sitting AD down for the remainder of the regular season, and the Lakers still have a chance to make the play-in tournament?
uh, Nah, not with that roster, man. I don't know. I don't know what's up with Dennis Schroeder. I mean, years ago, he was actually really good, man. I don't know what happened with him. I don't know what happened with him. I thought, I guess he's just. There was a thing saying that he thinks he's just better than LeBron. You know, if it came down to like, let's say, a last second possession to win the game, you know, he would kind of just disregard LeBron and he would try to kind of like um, want to take the shot himself. And then there's a thing he's actually playing for a contract. So does he actually want to really kind of play into like a system, or is he
Right.
on actually getting his own numbers to try to make some money? The Lakers got a lot of issues. I mean, I just did a video earlier about that, and I mean, you know, there's no structure. You know, you got Genie Bus, and then you got the Rambuses and Phil Jackson and Magic Johnson and Palinka, and before that, then you had Kobe before he died. God rest his soul. You know, you just need to have a structure. You know, owner, president of basketball operations, general manager, and then your coach and your coaches, and that's it. They'll get rid of all the consultants that they actually have there. With I don't know Jerry West is. I don't know if he's still there. No, he's not there. But all these outside consultants. You know, just get some type of structure. You know, Magic Johnson. I'm sorry, man. He got to get just. You understand what I'm saying, though, right? Just get some
It
structure.
was downhill since Magic left. Like
Yeah.
that's even though LeBron and them was able to win a championship after, having Magic leave LeBron before LeBron really could get into the groove of being with this team was just started this whole recipe for disaster. And I don't care what nobody say, bro. I just feel like the Lakers are just sabotaging LeBron's last years. For
No,
what
that's what I'm
reason?
saying. You don't have any structure, man. And Rob Palinka's unproven. They say he's smart, but I mean, is he a real good, competent GM? I mean, look, TJ Warren was out there. That Watanabe kid, he was out there. And Edmund Sumbo and the Brooklyn Nets, they were out there. They were all free agents. Why are they not with the Lakers? You know, like it's Los Angeles. I mean, they should be able to get better players.
I'm gonna keep it real. And BA, you can let me know if I'm bugging out. Ty TV, you can let me know if I'm bugging out. Rasheed, please let me know. But you mentioned Rob Palinka, and I know that Kobe Bryant was so close to Rob. So is Jeannie Buss. Am I tripping by feeling like Rob Palinka is purposely sabotaging LeBron's legacy in time in LA because he's so close to Kobe? He's
Yeah, I mean,
purposely not making the
you could be on
adjustments.
this. Yeah, you could be on to something there. I mean, and this is the problem, man. No, you can't. When it comes to a business, you can't be saying, "Yo, this is my boy," and I want to hook him up. No, you got to get the best possible person for the job, man. And I had a trucking company, and I had friends to help me run it. And I'm like, they weren't, it wasn't the right people, man, to actually really do it. And ultimately, it actually failed. So I mean, you can't have people like, oh, because I like this person, I want him running things. And let's say you had a business, Seven, and you wanted your brother to run customer service for you, man, but he's horrible at customer service.
Right.
Then you're not gonna, what I'm saying? You said, but nah, this is my man here, and yeah, that's the problem right there, man. You gotta get the best, take the emotions out of it, take your feelings out of it, and be logical. Rob Pelinka has to go. He hasn't constructed a really good roster. He hasn't done anything. I mean, Anthony Davis is a bad trade, man. I don't care what you actually say.
See, one thing I will acknowledge, Rob Pelinka got a lot of voices in his ear. Jeannie Buss got a lot of voices in her ear. It's a lot of communication. It's a lot of talk where there shouldn't be. But you cannot tell me that Jeannie Buss is not allowing Rob Pelinka to sign shooters. Maybe not the big fish, but it's clear as day that LeBron needs shooters. It's been like that for the last 2 to 3 seasons. And
Well,
Rob
yeah.
Pelinka will not make the adjustments. And I'm just like, yo, I don't believe that Jeannie is telling Rob, don't sign shooters. I feel like Rob is just dropping the ball.
No, he is. I mean, like I said, there were shooters out there. I mean, you had the Watanabe kid that's on the Nets. I mean, he was a free agent. They got him. He should have been highly coveted, man. Like steak dinners. Matter of fact, here, take the whole cow, man, alive or something like that, man. Yeah, they need shooters. If you don't listen, and when it comes to basketball, spacing is everything. You saw what happened with the Nets in the first round of the series, the first round in Boston. Had no shooters. You need spacing, and you don't have it, you're not going to win.
When you think about the mindset of LeBron James right now, where do you think LeBron mind is at? Where do you think his near future is? What do you think he's thinking about?
I mean, he has to blame himself ultimately to start
Why,
because he
Rob? Why?
he
Why?
didn't have to
Why?
he didn't have to go to Los Angeles. The team wasn't really that good before he even got there. They were better. He could have went to Portland, could have went to San Antonio, could have went to Dallas. He could have went to a lot of other teams. I was just the Clippers. They had a better roster than the Lakers at the time. So he has to blame himself for actually going there. I thought it was a bad move originally. Yeah, see, yeah, TYTV, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. Rob was straight before the championship. It's Jeannie plus Phil was right. Nah, but I mean, listen, you got to constantly make adjustments, man. What type of adjustments have the Lakers actually made? TYTV, man.
None.
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 Absolutely none. The
It
only
was
thing that they've done was Darwin Ham putting Russell Westbrook, on the bench. And for a moment,
Well, and
that was actually working.
it's not an insult to Westbrook. You just need somebody to actually run the offense for that second unit. Unless if you can get a true backup, a serviceable point guard, a backup point guard, then you could start Russell Westbrook, and I believe maybe they can actually start winning some games because then you can't load up on LeBron like that. LeBron got to bring the ball up. And I mean, you got the shot clock. It's 24 seconds on the shot clock.
Right.
And then when he brings the ball up to half court, now it's 18. They're going to blitz him. You get the ball back in his hands. And then once LeBron gets the ball back now, he has 10, 11, 12 seconds to work with. So not everybody is a really good high percentage passer. Now you look at Brook Lopez. If you try to run your offense through Brook Lopez, for some reason, he's just not good at passing the ball at the double teams.
Right.
As long as he's been in the NBA, he just turns the ball over. Let's say there's 10 straight possessions, he'll turn it over 6, 7 times in 10 possessions in terms of making really good passes. So you only want certain people actually handling the basketball. And with LeBron, I mean, they need a good service. And I think Schroeder, I don't know what's up with him though, man. He was a problem like years ago, man. He could score. I don't know what happened to him.
Look, man, I can't. I refuse. I'll be speechless, man. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say because I feel like LeBron is stuck.
Yeah,
There's no trading LeBron from the Lakers.
and they can't trade him.
You know what I'm
Um,
saying? Like,
no, well, but answer my question though. Do you actually think LeBron kind of brought this on himself a little bit?
no way. No way.
You don't think there was better teams he could have went to? He was a free agent. Free agent.
Like, we got to go back to 2019. The teams were Philly, LA, and what was the third option?
There was the Clippers Clippers, the Spurs. I don't know if Portland had any space. It teamed up with Damian Lillard. Um, there's a lot of teams. Listen. Any team that's taking LeBron James can try to clear up space and try to bring him on, man, and try to put a competent roster. There's Memphis. I remember Memphis wasn't Memphis at the time, but at least their general manager knows how to construct a roster.
Yeah, I mean, then we had the pandemic. I don't know, bro. I'm not blaming Braun because Braun got AD. Braun got the championship. Nothing else
All right,
that the
all right, all
Lakers
right. So
have
if
done
you're
as an
putting
organization
a
got the
team, all
chip.
right, Seven. You're putting a team together, man. You're putting the team together. And my first 10 players is AD on your list.
No, he can't stay on the court.
All right, so yeah, exactly. He doesn't really put, pressure on your. I mean, I don't know, man. He's just not wired like a LeBron James. It's not about legacy with him, man. I mean, he had the one good year when it came to getting that money, his contract extension in the bubble. And then after that, he just takes his foot off the gas, man. It's a
I
lot
think
of
he's
players
good.
like that.
Yeah, I think he's good.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he just
I
takes his
think
foot
he's
off there.
good.
Been watching the NBA for over 20-something years, man. Watched mainly a lot of Nets games. I seen Mikey Moore, killing them in the regular season. Got his contract. Kenyon Martin is another one. Remember Travis Outlaw back in Portland?
Yep.
Got a big $35 million contract. That was it, man. You never heard from him pretty much again when it comes to productivity, man. So, and so with AD, you got you're gonna start a team up. You got 5 players to choose from. Yeah, it's true. And it's just LeBron made him give up the future for AD and Russ.
What future, BA? What has Brandon Ingram and Josh Hart and Julius Randle and Lonzo Ball? What have them guys done? And Kyle Kuzma?
But you need those guys. You need those guys that for the regular season, because LeBron, you can't ask LeBron to go hard from start to finish. At his age, these young guys are supposed to carry you, keep you in games. I was just kind of dissing the Golden State Warriors last week in one of the videos I made because Colin Cowherd, he was saying, "Oh, this is the standard. They draft better than you," and they get blown out by 70-some points between the Knicks and the Nets. So the young guys are supposed to play hard, keep you in games. They can't close games for you, and this is where LeBron in the fourth quarter can actually come in and close the game out. So you need those young pieces. You need those young players there. Good young players.
This is the Best of 7 Sports Talk, y'all. 7 Mitchell in the building, episode 154. We in the building, man. Got my special guest with me, Rasheed White of Sports to the Wire podcast. Rasheed, let the people know what you got going on with your channel, man, and what people can expect tuning into your platform.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of Brooklyn Nets games, probably do Nets analysis, do some Philadelphia stuff. I don't want to get too crazy. I'm a part-time YouTuber and try to post, at least 5, 6, 7 videos a week there. But I'm an excellent basketball analyst, better than what the guys you hear on ESPN and Fox Sports, man, because especially Fox Sports, like the Knicks Right guys, and these guys never hoop, man. I played basketball for 25 years, man, and just know pretty much everything to it. That's how I'm able to really kind of be the oracle with the Brooklyn Nets and just tell you, how everything is coming to fruition there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. So y'all make sure y'all follow my guy Rasheed White, Sports to the Wire, here on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel. Before we get up out of here, man, just one more topic to discuss, and that is the race to the Michael Jordan Trophy, the NBA MVP award. It's a couple of names, man, I could throw out there, from Jason Tatum to Nikola Jokic to Giannis Antetokounmpo to Kevin Durant to Joel Embiid. I mean, there's quite a couple names that have been floating around when we talk about the MVP race and discussion. You look at Luka, how he's been playing. If the season ended today, Rasheed, who is the recipient of the Michael Jordan MVP award?
I would say, all right, the true definition of MVP, who's most valuable. If I take Luka Doncic off of that team right now, it's a lottery team. They're going to be bottom of the barrel. And I'm not saying Giannis. I mean, I'm Luka is the best player out of all of those guys. I'm just talking about in terms of value. If I take any one of these players off, Kevin Durant off, how many games they win without KD? How many games they win without Luka? How many games they win without Joel Embiid? So in terms of value right now, I would say Luka Doncic, because if they take Luka off, that team is going to lose like 98% of the games, man.
Well, I got $1 million question. What about the Denver Nuggets?
I mean, they playing great basketball right now, man.
But I'm saying without Joker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's really hard. It's really hard. But I think they got better players. You got Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray. Bruce Brown is actually playing well. He's actually evolving his game. He's not just becoming like a rim runner. He's actually putting the ball on the floor. He's making plays. They got a nice little team, though, man. They got a nice little squad, and they would lose a lot of games without the Joker. But I just think if what's his name, Luka Doncic is out, missing, let's say 25, 30 something games. Now Devin Booker went down now, so we're gonna see. He's out for a month now, so we're gonna see how valuable he is. 1 month, and same thing with Steph Curry now. So Steph Curry's actually is going to miss a month. So we got to see how many games these guys can actually win without their superstar players like Devin Booker, Steph, Joker. But right now, I would say in terms of value, like real true value, MVP, who's most valuable, not the best player, who's most valuable, and I would say Luka. Maybe Steph. I say the Joker next. Then I would say Kevin Durant, because they can always unleash Ben Simmons. Because right now they got Ben Simmons in a reduced role right now, but they need him to go out there and score 16. He can actually do it, 20-something points. Not to score 30 a night, but he can. So if KD, I once put KD there. So yeah, I got Luka, Steph, in terms of that order, and Jokic.
Wow. Wow, man. I really got to talk
to Who you got? All right, hold on. Who you actually got? Who you got?
Wow, man. I am so surprised at you, bro. I don't know if I'm more surprised at me or am I more surprised at you? Because if the season ended today, I'm going with your guy, Kevin Durant.
But no, listen. He's playing great. I'm a realist, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a realist. Valuable. Who's more? Exactly. If Kevin Durant goes down with an injury, the Brooklyn Nets can still win games. They you still got Kyrie, you still got Ben Simmons. They can upgrade TJ Warren to the starting. You know what I'm saying? They got some firepower.
I get it. They can get W's. I get it.
Yes.
But all I know is this. Right now, with everything that the Brooklyn Nets have went through from the off season to the regular season, so much. You guys somehow are now 2.5 games out of first place in the Eastern Conference. The Luka and Dallas. I mean, Luka doing his thing, but Dallas is only 3 games over 500. So I'm not that much impressed with
So
Luka when you
subtract. No,
talk
no, no,
about
no, no. That's
value.
what I'm saying. It's not about the player. It's about who's more valuable to their team. If you take Luca off, they're gonna lose. Like I'm telling you, it's gonna be a 15-game lose. They don't have anybody else that can create their own offense, man. Not like
Luka
Luca.
to me, Dallas being three games over 500 with Luka and not having Luka, to me, both of those are not impressive. You losing Kevin Durant and you guys are sole possession of second place, that ain't happening without Kevin Durant. That's a
I
fact.
agree. But if you lose KD with the score, you saw all right when they were missing 8 starters, right? That game against Indiana. The role players, man, guys who were just fighting to get into the NBA, they put up 136 points without Ben Simmons, without Kyrie, without Steph Curry, Joe Harris. They put up 100. I'm talking about the last 8 players on the bench put up 136 points. The Brooklyn Nets is loaded, man. I'm telling you.
But come on now, Rasheed. First of all, that was the Indiana Pacers, number one, and
They're
number
not
two,
garbage. They're not garbage. Man.
They're not garbage. But we also know that when we get into April, it's a 7-game series. The games slow down. Like I don't anticipate Brooklyn putting up that many numbers back to back on the same team in a 7-game series.
Well, you talking about you talking about Kevin Durant? They got a squad, man. I'm telling you, this is what I'm saying.
I mean, after that first round,
give you 20 on any given night. He's coming off the bench.
After that first round, I don't see Brooklyn in the second or the Eastern Conference Finals averaging 130, 140 points a game. They're gonna need defense to win the championship.
Who's gonna stop Who's gonna stop Kyrie Irving?
It could be themselves. Would have been Simmons? What if they give him the ball too much and if he not efficient? Like you guys could shoot yourself in the foot. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, that's one of the problems with the Lakers is the turnovers.
He can give you 20 points, man, easily, man. I mean, the guys that's going to be guarding him is like 6'3", 6'4". He can overpower them, man. I was just talking to a basketball coach earlier, and I asked him. I said, listen, if you coaching Ben Simmons, do you want Ben Simmons shooting threes? Or you want him getting downhill? I would go watch the Atlanta game and watch the first 3 or 4 minutes how Ben Simmons was just taking it to the hole.
Easy.
Yeah. I mean, if he wants to go out there and score 20 points a game, he's looking to score. You still got Kevin Durant. You have to put a body in front of Ben Simmons. You have to run a second person at Ben Simmons. It's not like, oh, okay, he's some type of a guy that's like the 17th person on the end of the bench. You have to run a second man at him. You have to. And get the ball out of his hands. And then you got Kyrie, who could shoot threes, 40-something% from 3. Kevin Durant, who's 43%. No, he's shooting 37% this year.
They knocking him down. Brooklyn is playing on both ends of the court. Offensively, defensively. They getting it done. I'm just so surprised at that. Like I said, and I don't know. And then I feel like, man, Kevin Durant has reminded everybody who felt like he fell off, he is not to be played with. That's why I would give Kevin Durant the MVP.
Yeah, my battery died on the camera there, man. So
it's all good. It's all good.
Still with you here, man.
Sports to the wire. I'm about to put it in the live chat, TYTV. You can check out Rasheed White. About to end the show anyway. So definitely, Rasheed, man, I appreciate you coming through tonight, man. It's always a pleasure to chop it up with you. And I had to give you your flowers when it comes to the Brooklyn Nets, man, because you called it.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I just want to thank the Nets for making me look good, man. Because it's a gamble saying that, man. I'm like, and I was kind of worried about the Claxton Ben Simmons lineup, but it's working. I just thought about it. I said, damn, you got 3 7-footers that can play the perimeter, man, and stay in front of point guards, man. Yeah, I was watching. I see Halliburton. He blew by Nicholas Claxton, and he tried to use the other side of the rim for protection to prevent Claxton from blocking his shot. It still blocked it anyway, man. I mean, these guys are lethal defensively and lethal offensively. I just don't see anybody beating them, man.
A lot of basketball left, man. Rasheed, I appreciate you, bro. You know, I'll holler at you at another time.
Absolutely.
Salute again to the NBA community, man. Appreciate you guys joining the show this evening. I hope you guys stay safe. Smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. You are now rocking with the best. I'm Seven Mitchell. This is the Best of Seven Sports Talk. Happy holidays to everybody. Y'all stay safe. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow, man. We are out of here. Peace.
All right. Peace out, everyone. Happy New Year to everyone.